Alright guys, sorry about that. Our last video got cut off, and so this is part 2 of the fall garden update. So we're gonna come over here. This is my gherkins. They are late in the season, but I'm still gonna let them go because of course here in my zone in Georgia we're still getting some heat, so I'm gonna let them keep going. My columnar apple trees, and then here are my bunching onions. They're the ones that I bought from the grocery store. This is a blackberry plant that I need to clip back, but I bought them from the grocery store and I planted them. I actually just came through about last week and I clipped all the tops off of them, and they are already growing back. I love to grow these because I can put them in my fried rice. And then here are my carrots. I got the seeds from Baker Creek. Of course, there is a volunteer watermelon plant in here, and I will be pulling that out because I do not want it to mess with my carrots. These are the sweet potatoes that we are going to harvest today. You can see some of the yellowing leaves and everything. We're going to come back and we're going to do that after I give you guys the update. Here are my limas. They are sprouting well. I hope they do well because I have plans for them for Thanksgiving. And then I went out and got another grow bag and I planted some more limas in here because I do want a large harvest of them, and some seeds are coming up now and some more will probably pop up later on. Here are my brassicas. If you remember, I was letting you know that they got hit by the white cabbage moth, but they are trying to grow back and I'm just gonna keep chugging along with them. Here I planted some more seeds that I got from Baker Creek, the Georgia collards. And then in here, this bed has kind of got a little bit too much water from all the rain, but the kale is still working its way up. So it's about 2 different types of kale that I have in here. I have the lacinato as well as, I believe, a curly kale. And over here, I have my garlic. I'm waiting to see what else pops up. And this is an experiment. I went down to Trusty Farms and I got a red banana. It's either a red banana or pink banana plant. And when I first planted it, it was in shock. So of course the first leaves died off, and now beautiful plant is growing. I'm gonna take it out of this pot soon, but this is where I started it. And this is my lemon tree. We discussed that the last time in my video, that it had a hard winter last winter and I had to cut it all the way down, but it's growing beautifully, and I'm pretty sure next season I'm gonna have quite a few lemons on there. And then here is my lime, and guys, here down here is a volunteer sweet potato plant. As beautiful as it can be, and I'm just gonna let it go. Here is my brown select orange tree. The pot is broken, so I'm gonna shortly uproot that and place it in a bigger pot. And this bed, you know, I was letting you know that I have half of it. I'm going to put some strawberries down whenever they come in. Here is some lettuce that I have growing, and then I dropped a few seeds in there and they're kind of popping up. Guys, I can't remember what this is, but we shall see once it gets a little bigger. Here are my cabbage that are popping up. They're looking as beautiful as ever. I had in the last video some Swiss chard in here. I pulled that out and I dropped a few more, a different variety of cabbage. in here, so I'm waiting to see if those seeds germinate. I actually moved my ginger, and I'm hoping that it is okay in here. I took it out of the very small pot that it was in. Oh guys, it smells so good. So I put some mango seeds down in here, and they're not doing absolutely anything, so I'm going to use those pots for something else. And here is my mountain mint, looking a little rough, as well as my oregano. I harvested some of these garlic chives. I put those in stir fries as well. And this is the beauty of coming out early morning, because you can see your pollinators. So as I was showing you guys earlier, these are the seeds that I got when I was in Germany. I just went to the local grocery store and I picked some up. And just the other day I came out and the plants were not doing well. The foliage was doing great, but as far as getting the squash to grow, it just was not germinating well. Not germinating, it just wasn't working out well. The leaves were falling off prematurely, the blossoms, and so I was thinking about pulling it up and just letting the zucchini on the other side do its thing. But then I came out this morning and I saw that the blossoms were opened up and the pollinators were going to town. So hopefully we actually get some beautiful squash out of it. And oh my gosh, it's an amazing zucchini back there that I'm gonna have to harvest. So over here we have our asparagus beans that are coming up. I actually planted a few more seeds, so they will come up later. I'm gonna have to train this because I don't want it in the way of my beans. I'm actually gonna get another trellis so that it stays on its side. And we still have some peppers over here. And then here are the peas that are popping up, and they are looking great. And then here's that yacon plant. This one doesn't seem like it's doing as well as this one is, but we'll see. I'm just gonna leave it. And then I dropped some carrot seeds into this grow bag, so we'll see what pops up from there. And then here we are again with the pollinators doing their thing. And as you can see, this used to be my path, so I am gonna have to get something to trellis this up so that I can get around the garden bed. So for right now, I kind of walk through this garden bed because of course the strawberries aren't on that side, but I'm not going to be able to do that for long. Here is some more ginger, and this basil is looking so good. And then you can see in here that I have some zucchini mixed in with this squash. And there is a beautiful zucchini back there that I am going to harvest today. And then there are a few more that are popping up down there, so they're doing good. But this is what I wanted to show you, that this is what the plants were doing. And so that's why I was thinking of pulling it up, but it seems like it has bounced back. So we shall see. But guys, I'm going to get this big old bucket over here, and then I'm going to come back to you and we're going to see what we got in this sweet potato barrel. So guys, we are back, and I have my big old bucket of sweet potatoes on my garden bed. And we're going to start off by clipping the slips. So let me get around my cabbage. And so they have been in here for the amount of time, over actually the amount of time that they have supposed to be in here, because I planted them before I left town in June. And I can see that, just one second. I can see that 2 of the sweet potatoes have decided to start to take root and make more slips. So let's get rid of that. Let's dump this out and see what we have, if we have anything. It's a lot of roots. A lot of great soil. We don't have much. We do have some small little spindly ones. This is a nice one. We did get a few. Some of these are good for compost. Or maybe I'll just give them to my pup. Looks like maybe they could have stood to be in here a little longer. But nonetheless, and as you can see, like I was telling you, some of them were growing more slips. Here's a nice potato. And the soil is really soft. We'll be right